Welcome back. Today I'll show you how I make my chicken and sausage jambalaya. Let's do this. Getting straight into it, we'll need 1/3 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of canola oil, 5 cups of chicken broth, celery, bell pepper, onion, jalapeno, and garlic. Heading to the stove. Here I have the 1/3 cup of oil in an oven-safe pot on high heat for about 5 to 6 minutes before I add in the 1/3 cup of flour. This is crucial as we're trying to make a dark brown roux, and if your oil is not hot enough, your roux will take forever to get dark. A roux is basically a mixture of flour and fat cooked together. There are various levels of roux, and they all have different applications. At the very beginning, what you have is a white roux. Since the flour is not completely cooked, this roux is used as a thickener for chowder, milk-based sauces, such as clam chowder or your classic mac and cheese sauce. After stirring your roux for 5 to 7 minutes, if your oil is hot enough, you will reach blonde roux. This is the most commonly used roux and can be used for thickening gravy, sauces, soups, and stews. While we're waiting for roux to reach its next stage, I do have a warning for everyone following. Roux is basically molten lava. No joke, it is extremely hot. Please be careful as you're preparing this. Do not step away from the pot and stir frequently to prevent it from burning. After a couple more minutes, you will reach brown roux. I would describe as having a peanut butter color. This is technically acceptable for our application if we're worried about burning the roux, but will result in a less flavorful jambalaya. But this isn't even its final form. Let the roux heat up a couple more minutes and we'll reach a dark brown roux, where the color is closer to melted milk chocolate. As you cook the flour in the roux, it becomes more flavorful but weakens as a thickener. Once you get to this stage, you have to move quick, as the next stage is a burnt roux. Carefully add in your celery, onion, and bell peppers into the pot. At the temperature of the roux, these veggies will cook in literal seconds. Give it a mix so the veggies are coated with the roux. After about half a minute, add in the garlic and jalapeno. These ingredients will cook and burn much quicker than the other veggies, so we always want to add a second step. Once everything is well mixed, add in your 5 cups of chicken broth and give it a quick stir to make sure nothing is stuck at the bottom of the pot. Grab your trusty pepper mill and crack a lot of fresh pepper into the pot. Then reduce the heat to low and simmer for an hour. About 30 minutes in, we can start on the chicken, sausage, and rice of the dish. This will also be a good time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. For the chicken, I'm using 4 skin-on, bone-in chicken thighs seasoned with salt and pepper. I'm using a cold pan method that I've learned from Bon Appetit, where you start off with your chicken skin side down in a cold pan with no oil. When you heat up the pan with the chicken together, it lets the fat from the chicken render slowly, resulting in the crispiest skin imaginable. While the chicken is slowly heating up, grab 3 smoky sausages and cut them up into half coins. Then measure out 2.5 cups of rice and give them a good rinse. We're going to fully cook these chicken in the oven. All we're doing in this pan is just to crisp up the skin. After simmering for an hour, your veggie soup will look a lot more like a veggie gravy. Add in your rice, your sausages cut into half coins, And finally, your chicken thighs with crispy skin on top, making sure you do not sink the skin you've worked so hard to achieve into the gravy. Pop on the lid, and into the oven it goes for 30 minutes. "30 minutes later, and let's see what we have here." A treasure indeed! This will be way too hot to eat right now, so let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. You can use a spatula to shuffle the rice around so it can absorb any remaining gravy. And this is how I make my chicken and sausage jambalaya.